Okay, so Gemini, this one's for you. Hi, this is Lumination with your singles mini love and relationship report for September 2017. It's actually mid-September, but stretch this into October, okay? Make the best of it. You can see we've kind of laid it all out here to simplify everything and save you guys a lot of time. We're also allowing for the laws of attraction, if you don't mind. In other words, you kind of get back what it is you radiate as you create your own reality. And it works with relationships too, wouldn't you know? So Gemini, cards were well shuffled in advance, but go into the last second so that you're a witness. No flyers, no jumpers, no oracles, no reversals, none of that. It's just, the very basics. We're going to make the best of it. We're inviting you to watch your sun, moon, and rising. Of course, squish it all together. Make up your own story. Retell it. Reinterpret however you want. Okay? This is for you, Gemini. All right? So let's go. We're well shuffled. We're going to cut. We're going to cut. We're going to cut. And then we're going to pull the cards for you. This would be your energy that you're radiating, your love energy. This would be what if. In other words, if someone was out there, this is the kind of energy that they would radiate. And this would be like the energy of the relationship itself. And this would be the prospects of the relationship itself if it were to manifest right now. Now, we're not fortune tellers here at Tarot Illumination. We're just reading a bit of energy here and trying to make the best of it, tell a story for you that helps you. And then if something like this shows up, hopefully this will make sense for you, okay? We're going to look at this card down here in just a moment. That's prevailing weather, that's permeating the whole situation for you, okay? Right now, Gemini, let's have a look. You've got the Eight of Swords here. So you could be in a situation, Gemini, where, if you want to, you can blame it on the planets with all this Virgo energy right now and the new moon and everything like that. That's typically what would be called a hard square for you. So you might be feeling a little bit stressed, a little bit jittery in situations right now. And of course, we're just coming out of a Mercury retrograde. We still got all the other three big planets retrograde, Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto, I believe, through September. And so anyway, we're going to make the best of it. With the Eight of Swords there, it might be feeling like your life is in a bit of a maze right now, or you're being, like feeling like there's stuff you have to deal with. You just don't want to deal with it. So all I'm suggesting for you, Gemini, is you treat it more like fun. Try not to take it too personally. Pretend you're in one of those big public maze things where you can walk around and you can go in circles and round in corners to get to the end point. And treat it as fun as opposed to something awfully challenging where you're constantly having to go into the depths and analyze yourself and dig up all this woe is me stuff, okay? No, you might not want to face it, but you're going to have to deal with it anyway. I'm just trying to suggest how to deal with the weather in a way that's fun so it doesn't own you, so you don't feel debilitated by whatever it is that might feel like it's debilitating, okay? So what's going on with you? Okay, you got the World card here. Now, it could feel like a certain lifestyle. I call it on a really big scale, I call it like a lifestyle package deal is over. And this might have been going on for years. You might have been living a certain life in a certain way with certain people, and it's done. It's over. It's totally completed. It's lived out its shelf life. It's expired and it's gone. It's all falling away. And the only thing that can happen next is a new life and a new beginning. But that can be a little disorienting, where especially if you feel like you're in a bit of a maze, like, uh-oh, what am I doing? Where am I supposed to go now? But please don't take it too personally. Understand that everything is exactly as it should be. Why? Because it can't be any other way. All the energies of the universe have been conspiring and working for your ultimate higher goodness and self, even though it might not feel that way. So if you're feeling like in certain ways right now, certain things are over, also please understand that this is like kind of a green light for new beginnings. Maybe it's not there yet. Maybe there's someone on the horizon you've got your eyes on. Maybe there's someone out there who's waiting for you. Maybe there's a karmic soulmate. Maybe there is some kind of very profound learning type of relationship ahead here for you. Let's have a look. Well, we've got the Chariot over here, so we got some big cards for you, Gemini. So it might be, if you're feeling a little bit disempowered in such a way that your relationship experiences are unfolding in a way that you don't feel like you have any say or power or control over matters, that could possibly be so, because if you're saying goodbye and shedding to a whole new way of, to a whole old way of life, and it's expired and done, it leaves you kind of very raw and exposed and open and vulnerable. And someone else who's in a very strong position might feel like they want to take advantage of that, because they might see you as a golden opportunity, like fresh start. You know, somebody new, like starting from scratch again, and they might have their own agenda in mind. In other words, this is very strong energy of another person. But remember, this could be, you know, according to the laws of attraction, this could be what you deserve. It's what coming back to you and reflecting back to you, where in the context of being single right now, where someone could show up, what, you know, what would they be radiating? They could be radiating the side of you that is really itching to get on and create a whole new lifestyle package deal and get over whatever had to be left behind, whatever is old and obsolete and redundant. So please look at this in a positive light, okay, Geminis? Don't be too perturbed about like the day-to-day experiences of what might be happening. If you try and see it from the bigger picture, try and see things as a potentially very fateful scenario where you could be attracting exactly what you need to inspire you and almost like kickstart you into creating a whole brand new life ahead again in the context of relationship. It could be like, you know, that feeling of getting swept up on a really big wave and not quite knowing what to do, how to do it, because you might not have all the skills or techniques to handle that. But anyway, I don't want to scare you. I'm sure you can handle it. You're very, very versatile, Gemini. You can probably fit into any situation. Let's have a look. The relationship itself here. What would be the nature? Okay, with the Page of Swords here, the nature of a potential relationship that might unfold for you with this kind of energy could make you feel as though you're being put on the spot. Maybe their own dynamics, their own dynamic urges to evolve in themselves in reflection with you, seeing you as a bright, brand new prospect, means that they feel they have permission to just like boldly go forward on their own path, which would trigger you to feel like, hey, wait a minute. That's all about you and your path. What about me and my path? And they're just saying, well, I wouldn't be here in your life in this manner with this type of energy unless that's what you had radiated, and now you're just getting it back at you. So don't judge me, please. Instead, Gemini, you could treat the relationship as a really good opportunity to do a lot of, let's say, calling out the truth on yourself. Okay, the relationship itself is it would be a safe place for some hard truths to be exposed about you, starting your whole new life. In other words, because you might have been so comfortable with the way things are, and then realizing that you have no option except to evolve and start all over again. It could be a little prickly at times, but you can handle it, all right, Gemini? What are the prospects here going forward? Okay, if it makes you feel as though it's almost like this is too much for me, if this kind of energy showed up in your life and it's a reflection of you evolving into your new self, and you've been caught out unprepared and are not appreciating the way that a significant other might be relating to you, and you're taking it personally as opposed to seeing the opportunities, and now, because if you're conducting yourself, if you're owned by the weather and you're refusing to see the opportunity here and all these potentially disabling, self-defeating behaviors and patterns are just, you're trying to hold on to them as though it was still you, but the relationship is juggling you around because the other party is potentially so determined to be their true honest selves, it's putting you in a position where you feel kind of awkward, and it could make you feel kind of rattled and shaken and not so highly appreciated or valued. And if you take it personally, that's the thing, is if you can find a way to take like being single right now not too personally, and if you like sort of ask, for what it is that you need, who it is that you need to show up in your life, and it comes out something like this, please see it as an opportunity for a lot of chance to calling out the truth on yourself. And even if it makes you feel like you might have hooked up with the wrong person, uh, chosen the wrong people, wrong relationships, it can still be a very valuable experience, because you might discover a lot of what you need to know on the very early phases, the very early stages of starting a whole new life ahead. Okay? So I hope I didn't hurt your feelings here or scare you off too much, Gemini. Please reinterpret however you want. It's your reading for you. Watch for your sun, moon, and rising. Okay? Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Thank you so much for coming to Tarot Illumination. Bye.